Welcome to this explainer. I'm seriously thrilled to be guiding you through today's topic because we are looking at a monumental structural shift in how we interact with technology. For the past 2 decades, we've basically operated on this massive assumption that humans should navigate complex, static, monolithic websites to find exactly what they need. We just take it for granted that you have to browse, click, and dig through endless menus so a company can, well, try to infer what you want. But actually, scratch that. We are completely dismantling that assumption today. We're officially entering the era of generative UI.
Okay, let's dive into this. The internet is undergoing a massive paradigm shift right now. Users are already starting to bypass traditional websites entirely to do their product discovery and problem solving through AI agents like ChatGPT or Claude. When they do finally hit your enterprise website, they really don't want to navigate. They already have a clear goal. So what happens when it's the agent navigating on behalf of the user or a user arriving with pure, direct intent? If your site can't adapt in real time to serve that agent or that hyper-specific intent, that user is lost. They'll just bounce right back to their AI and continue their search somewhere else. To really understand the urgency here, take a look at this comparison. On the left, we've got the old web. Think about booking something for a special occasion, right? You have to go to 10 different websites, figure out how to book a hotel, how to order flowers, and navigate all these complex interfaces. And why are they so complex? Because they're monolithic apps designed for humans. The website doesn't know what you specifically want, so they just cram every possible option, literally every menu, every button, onto one screen. The new web, however, realizes that agents aren't like humans. Agents know exactly what the user is trying to do. They can break those complex UI apart and surface only the exact modular UI components needed, like just a map or just a specific checkout button, connecting you directly to the action.
Now, you might be wondering if this is just some, distant future concept. Look at this number. ChatGPT currently has over 1 billion weekly active users. That is roughly 12% of the entire world's population actively using chat-based interfaces. To put that into perspective, when you add in Gemini, Claude, and all the others, the total addressable market for intent-driven, agent-based discovery is absolutely astronomical. This is the new app distribution surface, and it's vastly larger than the mobile app store boom.
And that brings us to a fantastic insight from Ite, the co-founder of Copycat, who notes that over the next few years, all UI will be AI. Every interaction between people and technology is going to become increasingly mediated by agentic systems. And we aren't just talking about complex enterprise software here. This means even your home appliances. Imagine just walking by your refrigerator and telling it to order the missing ingredients for tonight's lasagna. The underlying technology will seamlessly handle the whole shebang without you ever opening a traditional web browser. Section 1. The Agent-Connected Web. To make this new web a reality, we have to transition from building monolithic applications to creating a web of modular applications connected securely by agents. It requires a whole new architecture, because agents break the traditional request-response paradigm that's powered the internet for 30 years. Making this possible, it requires specific protocols to bridge the gap between agentic backends and user-facing frontends. First up, we have MCP, or the Model Context Protocol, which standardizes the transmission of interactive UI to clients. So, for example, instead of an agent returning a giant impenetrable wall of text from an analytics provider like PostHog, MCP allows Claude to generate a visual, interactive funnel on the fly. Then there's A2 UI, which brilliantly solves the problem of remote agent communication by treating UI purely as data, specifically JSON LD, which is a lightweight data format that agents can instantly understand. This allows for super secure message passing. Finally, AGUI serves as the crucial layer connecting these agentic backends directly to your custom user-facing applications, automatically evolving with the ecosystem. So the crucial point here is how this architecture maintains security, especially with A2 UI. When you have remote agents collaborating, passing UI around could be pretty risky. But by treating UI as streaming structured data, the system forces a strict contract. The client, meaning your front end, remains entirely in control of the component catalog. The agent can only request to use the components you have pre-approved. This kind of defense-in-depth security prevents malicious data exfiltration through generated images, and it completely blocks hidden form attacks inside click targets, simply because you own the rendering pipeline. Moving right along to Section 2, the Generative UI Spectrum. Now that we've got the plumbing secure, how do we actually execute this? Generative UI is not some one-size-fits-all magic trick. It's a highly practical, customizable spectrum that developers can tailor to specific use cases.
Let's walk through this spectrum, because it's pretty fascinating. On the left, we have controlled UI. This is highly deterministic. The agent calls upon pre-built, predefined components. It's perfect for when you need absolute pixel-perfect surfaces, like an airline generating a flight card. Moving to the middle, we have declarative UI. Here, you sacrifice a little bit of pixel perfection to give the agent Lego-like building blocks to assemble on demand. This is incredible for enterprise apps where a user might ask for a complex sales dashboard, showing revenue and churn, and the agent just builds it instantly from approved cards and charts. Finally, on the right, open-ended. This lets the agent run completely wild, generating fully custom HTML live via a secure iframe. You'd use this for highly bespoke requests, like asking an agent to build a specialized, custom-designed calculator from scratch.
Section 3. Capturing true human intent.
To truly leverage this generative UI spectrum, enterprises have to rethink their overarching strategy. The days of inferring what a user wants based on where they click are over. We have to move toward capturing and responding to real, structured human intent. Now, the challenge is that human intent is incredibly messy and nuanced. To solve this, experts are actually reaching back to the 1990s jobs to be done framework and applying it to AI. To make intent actionable for an enterprise, an agent must break it down into 3 pillars. First, the functional. What exactly are they looking for? Second, the emotional. Is there high risk or extreme urgency involved? And third, the social. Are they under pressure from leadership? How do they need to be perceived? Structuring intent this way is what allows an enterprise system to adapt intelligently.
And that brings us to Section 4. Massive efficiency and conversion.
Let's look at the actual payoff of structuring intent this way. Take a real-world enterprise example, like Synthesis, which is a fictionalized B2B fraud detection platform helping banks and fintechs. And this brilliantly illustrates the entire system coming together. Imagine a new, highly stressed security officer arrives at the Synthesis website. First, the interpretation layer takes their frantic query and splits it into those functional, emotional, and social buckets, recognizing they're under leadership pressure to find a solution fast. Next, it passes this to the brand brain. This is a vector database and knowledge graph that securely pairs the user's structured intent with the exact right product data, all while running it through a strict legal compliance layer. Finally, the generative interface takes that validated, compliant data and dynamically assembles a bespoke UI layout on the fly, directly answering the security officer's exact need.
Notice how drastically the UI changes based entirely on the user's intent. If a user comes to Synthesis with an exploration intent, say they just want to improve fraud detection without hurting conversion, the generative system builds a full, detailed solution page. It includes rich text, reassurances, specific ROI metrics, and quotes. But if a user arrives with an urgency intent, meaning they're experiencing an active fraud spike and need a fix in weeks, not months, the UI structure adapts completely. It strips away the long-form reading and generates a hyper-focused UI presenting only the immediate, next best action to solve their crisis.
The operational efficiency achieved here is literally staggering. Previously, for this enterprise to create these highly targeted, bespoke sales responses, humans were manually creating PDFs. It took them over 6 hours to craft a single personalized response. By implementing this generative UI system, that exact same process, tailoring the message, pulling the data, ensuring compliance, and rendering the interface, now takes tens of seconds. The ROI of this transition is absolutely massive. Not only is the enterprise saving incredible amounts of money on manual content generation, but the quality of their lead conversion has skyrocketed. Because the system acts on pure intent instantly, the sales and support teams report that they're no longer wasting time preparing basic responses. Instead, they're jumping straight into high-level strategy discussions with their clients from the very first interaction. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the technical protocols like A2I UI securely streaming data, to the whole spectrum of generative interfaces, to capturing deep human intent. Static web pages are inevitably becoming dynamic reasoning systems. So I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought to consider for your own projects. As users increasingly bypass traditional navigation, if pure intent becomes the primary signal driving your business, is your UI actually ready to adapt in real time? Thank you so much for exploring this fascinating shift with me today.